Hello everyone. So today I'm going to pick up a topic which is very simple, but it's not that simple either because I've seen a lot of my students struggling with something called solving a linear equation. Now, I'll not talk too much and I'll dive straight away into the subject. So I'm just writing a linear equation, anything. I'm just making up something. Yeah. So x plus 3 equals to 5. Now let us say if we have to solve this linear equation. Now let's understand one thing. There is an equal to sign sitting here in the middle. And you have two sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. Whenever an equation is given to you, it's actually letting you know that whatever you're just going to solve, at the very beginning, the left hand side and the right hand sides are equal. So whenever you are doing anything to this equation, whenever you're doing any hanky-panky with this equation in order to solve the value of x, you always have to ensure that your left hand side and your right hand side are equal. Now consider an example of maybe a balance, right? I'm not too good in drawing. I'll just try to sort of make you understand from this very layman example. Let's say hypothetically there is a balance on which obviously it is centered right. I mean it's centered in the middle, from the middle, and you have, let's say, 5 kilos of load on both the sides. So here what will happen? The balance will swing right in the middle. It will not go down on the either side. So it will be equal on both the sides. So it will maintain its balance here. It won't go up or down on the either side. Now let's say you added 3 kilos here. So when you added 3 kilos here without adding another 3 kilos on the right hand side, so you've added 3 kilos on the left, what will happen? It will go down and this will go up. So what you've done is you've broken down the equilibrium of the balance itself by increasing the weight on the left hand side. Now, how do I ensure that this balance comes back up to its equilibrium point? So obviously, very layman answer is add 3 kilos on the right hand side and this balance will be back in its equilibrium. So that means the left hand side will now be equal to the right hand side. Now very similar here is the linear equation. The left hand side is x plus 3 and the right hand side is 5. So now let's try to play around with this equation using this balance example and see if we are able to solve this equation or not. The ground rule again is that at any given point in time, your left hand side should be equal to your right hand side. So let's see how we go. Now the left hand side is x plus 3. Now I need to find the value of x. So what it actually means is I need the left hand side to say something like x equals to something. So that means I have to take everything off from the left hand side and leave x all alone in order to find the value of x. So at this point in time, I have 3 which is getting added to x on the left-hand side. So if I take off 3 from the left-hand side, so x plus 3 minus 3 makes it x on the left-hand side. So this is left-hand side. Now, if I take off 3 from the left-hand side, keeping the right-hand side as is, so what will happen is the balance on the left-hand side will be lighter and it's going to go up, and the right-hand side will go down. So this will disbalance the equation. So in order to balance it, if I'm taking 3 off from the left, I have to take 3 off from the right as well. It's exactly the way it was 5 kilos on both the sides in my example, and when I added 3 kilos here, it disbalanced it, and then I have to exactly do the same thing on the right hand side in order to balance it. So if I'm taking off 3 from the left hand side, I have to take off 3 from the right hand side to maintain the principle of the equation. So what is left on the left hand side is x plus 3 minus 3 is nothing but 0. And on the right hand side, 5 minus 3 is 2. So eventually what I get is x plus 0 equals to 2, or I can say x is equal to 2. So this is a very simple and basic principle of solving any linear equation, or in fact any equation, any algebraic equation. Always remember that the rule is that your left hand side at any given point should always be equal to your right hand side. In my subsequent videos, I will take more challenging examples of the linear equations, and I will use this balancing principle to explain you how you can systematically solve them as well. So please hook onto my channel, and in case you haven't subscribed it, I will request you to subscribe it so you don't miss these tips and tricks of algebra. Thank you very much for your time, and bye for now.